Do you want to know more about painting and weathering your freight cars? Why don't you stick around and watch and see how we do it on my in-scale model ride with this AR secondary. Hello everyone, Joe from Central Jersey Conrail and in-scale. Welcome back to the paint shop. So this time in the paint shop, we're going to be working on a Russell Snowplow. So the story behind this snowplow. I've been looking for unusual types of maintenance of way equipment to kind of have as background pieces here on the layout, and always kind of fascinated with the idea of snow removal for on the railroading scale. And I thought it'd be nice to have a snowplow or even a Jordan spreader or something like that. So about 2 years ago, right around my birthday, my wife asked what I wanted to do, so I said, hey, we haven't been to Strasbourg in a couple of years, let's go back there. So we went to Strasbourg. Now, I posted up about it on Facebook, and some of the people were saying, hey, don't forget to check out that hobby shop. Wait, what hobby shop? I've been to Strasbourg a bunch of times, and I didn't know right down the road is this hobby shop. So we were out doing our shopping the last day, and I said, hey, I'm going to just stop in here, go take a look. Brought Caitlin along with me, and we were walking around. And, he had a decent little section of end scale. Not a whole lot, but, I was able to see he had a bunch of Russell Snowplows. So I was like, I've been kind of wanting something like this. And then, lo and behold, I found one. The closest I could get was kind of a Penn Central. So I said, you know what? Its base color is yellow. It's going to be the same color that Conrail used. So, yeah, we can work with this. So I went ahead, pulled the trigger on it, brought it home with me, put it on the layout, and I said, well, we got to do some research now. So I did some research. Conrail had a bunch of Russell Snowplows that were signed up in the Buffalo area. They were all hand-me-downs from Penn Central. But there was a little differences between Penn Central's plows and Conrail's. Mainly would be on the roof. They had Conrail had installed this square-ish headlight that was down low. And I could not find anything even close. So I was like, all right, let's just go with it. We're just going to do paint and decals. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to sit down. You can follow me through. I'm going to strip off the Penn Central decals, and then we're going to do some paint work. It's actually going to be pretty simple because the only difference was that Conrail painted their roofs black. So we'll just go in there, neaten it up, and paint it, and we'll put on the new decals because I got the Russell Snowplow decals from CMR Products. That was that company that I mentioned on the last paint shop that I got the vehicle ones from. So I will put their link up in our comment section here, so you can reference that. So if you want to give them a shot, give them a shot. I am not getting any payment from them. This is all just free information. So don't think that there's no kind of proprietary thing going on. So yeah, I'm just giving it out there for you because I know a lot of people will ask, where'd you get those from? So check the comment section for the link. And all right. So let's get to work, and I'll talk to you afterwards. Okay, here we go getting started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to strip off these old decals. I'm going to use some toothpaste and a pencil eraser. I tried starting to use this engineering eraser, but it was too soft, so I just switched to a pencil eraser, and the decals came off really easily. Didn't damage any of the paint underneath. There was a couple rivets that got rubbed off, but we'll hide that with weathering. Go. All the decals are removed. Came out really good. Okay, so now we're going to start masking off the roof for spray painting. So I just used some blue painter's tape and went around and edged it off. And you'll see here on the next scene that I figured out that the cupola was easier to just pop it off, mask it off, and spray it separately. Okay, so now we're in the spray booth. I'm just putting some Model Flex engine black in my airbrush. I'm going to spray paint it off, making sure I get the edges so you don't see the yellow edge of the roof. And then spray the cupola, and then let it dry, and we'll put it back together. So I'm going to let that paint dry overnight and come back the next day, and we're going to pull off the masking and reassemble it. So now we're going to start getting the decals on. I'm using the CMR set. You'll also see that I grab a microscale black Conrail lettering set to get that black and yellow emblem. All the pictures I saw had them on it, but the CMR set didn't have it. So I just took that, put it on there to complete it out. Let the decals set up, and then I'm going to hit them with the microsol and let them sink down and get all dried up. And then before the night's over, I'll hit them with the microscale flat clear to seal the decals in. Here's all the decals installed. Okay, so now we're back in the spray booth for our weathering. I'm going to do 2 layers here. The first layer is going to be Model Flex sand, and that's to just fade the paint and kind of make everything look a little dusty. And then the second layer, we're going to come in with my 50-50 mixture of rail brown and grimy black to kind of give it the weathered look, and concentrate on the low areas and the plow itself. Last step, I'm going to come in here with some weathering powders. I'm going to use rust and oxide red to kind of give that rusted look on the plow, and then I'll seal it up with Tester's Dull Coat. And here's our finished product. All right, so there you go. That's how we did it, the snowplow. Very, very happy with the way it came out. The weathering really made that model. I kind of just really just shot from the hip there and did the airbrushing with that mixture. I love that mixture I'm doing now with the 50% rail brown and 50% grimy black. It really produces that color that I'm looking for with the Conrail equipment and the way they were weathered. So I hit that on the snow plow, and then I was like, well, you know, look at all the photographs of the Conrail plows up in the Buffalo region, and they were all rusted. I mean, they just really took a beating, and then they sat all year round just doing nothing and rusted. So I was looking for something, you know, to try and emulate that, and I didn't want to go crazy with all kinds of like runs and bleeds and all that. So I hit it with the pastels on the blade, and it just poof, popped, and then I just sealed it in. So yeah, that really made the model. I could have went one step further because I know Conrail's Russell Snowplows had a very distinctive headlight, and if you look at the Atlas model, that headlight's mounted to the cupola there. Theirs was out on the front running board ahead of the cupola, and I kind of thought about it, and I looked and see if I could find anything even close that can kind of like modify it to fit, but I didn't. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to go with it. So it's not prototypically 100% accurate, but you know, it's very, very close. All Conrail's plows were all black on the roof. Some had running boards, some did not. Now the number scheme that I used was from the CMR decal sheet, and I couldn't find any top shots of that plow number, so I couldn't tell if the running boards were on or not. So I just left them on because I wanted it to be a quicker project. I didn't want to delve into deep, you know, having to fill and sand and reprime and all that. So yeah, really happy with the way it came out. Now the only issue is there's no snow on the Sayre secondary. You know, we're modeling central New Jersey in June, so yeah, but it'll be nice to, you know, throw out there for some photo ops, maybe go down the line and check clearances. And from any of the research that I found, there was really no snow equipment here in Jersey. If they did need it, they would use a Jordan spreader or just a ballast regulator to clean out turnouts and stuff. But most of the snow removal was done just with the locomotive plows. But you know what? I wanted one. It's cool. Came out really good. Decals and paint really made it, and the weathering just made it pop. So just to help you out, if you want to do this type of project, research material, I used, again, Larry DeYoung's book. He has a whole chapter devoted to snow removal equipment in there. So if you can get your hands on that book, that's a big source for this project. The other thing is Conrail Historical Society. I mean, I'm selling them like a cheap suit. They have a ton of information. You don't have to be a member to go on and look at their photo archives. They have a ton of prototypical photographs for research materials. So I implore you, go over there. And, you know, I'm going to give them the free plug. You know, if you go over there and you use it, you like it, don't be afraid to, you know, sign up and become a member, or even, you know, just throw them a donation, because, you know, they're doing really great research and doing really great preservation work for Conrail fans. So I ask you to go over there and support them if you can. Okay, so there you go. I think that's going to put a wrap on this video. So if you're seeing this video for the first time, you like what you're seeing, you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, because I'd love to have you following along. If you haven't done so already, go over to Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram and check us out, because I'm always posting daily updates of all the work that I do down here on the layout. And otherwise, that's all I have for you this time, and I'll see you next time on the paint shop. Thanks. Bye.